Alright guys, I'm back. Tried this again. Still working on the same panel. I have shrunk it down. There's going to be a couple more panels. So I can show you that real quick. Sorry, still got a killer glare. Couple more panels. I'm just going to doodle them on real fast. Let's see. Just kind of thumbnail it in. So he's raising the body. Let's see. Zoom in because I don't think it recorded this on the last one. So, magic. My necromancers use earth magic. They're really tied to the earth. It's not going to be an elemental kind of a, everybody uses a certain magic, kind of like Avatar or anything like that. It just happens to be that these necromancers are really tied to earth magic. That's just how it works. Bodies are buried, and it's just easier for them to get to them through the earth. So anyways, so he's got this. I'm going to have, there's still going to be a little bit more I'm going to do on this to kind of show that this isn't just, almost looks like water trickling over there, but I want it to be kind of like that, where it's streaming over to the body. The body's going to be lit. It is a little bit now, but it's going to show a little bit more. There's going to be a little bit of light coming up here and there in between the cracks in the ground. I'm probably going to leave it pretty much like this, kind of that slightly painterly look. I may actually shrink this down a little bit more. Like I said in the last video, this wasn't part of the script, but it was a cool enough drawing to where I think I can make it somehow into the story. So what I'm going to do is dedicate this page to that. Just a little bit of something to show how he does what he does. So that's what I'm doing now. Let's get into it. I'm going to thumbnail out something real quick. I like to use just a basic paintbrush, just a round, soft paintbrush, with the opacity down a little bit more, so you can get nice, almost like a marker. When I go back over, not sure how well you can see that. When I go back over, it gets darker. That way, even in my thumbnail stage, I can add texture or play with shadow just a little bit, so I know what's going on. So, get back to that. And what I'm going to do, rough out a panel real fast of this body. This is going to be zoomed in on the hand. And then it's going to be, let me duplicate that. Oh, you know what? Delete that. I'll draw the hand first. Kind of an ugly hand, but it doesn't matter. This is just a thumbnail. Now I will duplicate that, move it over. Again, I'm not using my shortcuts that I usually have on my keyboard, because it shakes around the laptop. So now this panel looks the same. What I will do is make it to where this hand is starting to move. It's the idea, at least. If this doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It's just in a thumbnail stage anyways, but my plan is, once it's painted in, there's going to be some light coming from between there, looking dramatic. Oh. And then the next panel will be, here, I'll just merge that down. I'll just have this as thumbnails. One of those numbers. Let's do this. Going to be kind of lurching to one side. You can see that he's not all there. He's got two arrows buried in him, so I'll drop that arm down. Head down, just so I get the idea. There was a bush behind him. Kind of goes like that. A tree going this way. A tree going this way. There's a bush right here. And there's gonna be this. Just some cues to remind me which direction some of these trees are going. Boom, boom, boom. I'll think more on these panels after I'm done with the whole thing, to try to figure out how I'm going to get the reader to follow the path I want to go. It's going to go here, 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 there. And what I'm going to do is some visual cues to... This right here automatically does that. It looks the same. Your eye goes here to find what's different. So, I mean, it seems silly that someone would do this, but you never know, some people maybe will. So, this is going to be a close-up on his face. I could just copy that, paste it here, enlarge it. I might do that, but it doesn't matter. I'll keep that in mind. It takes me 2 seconds to draw him. Open hood, little doodad with a symbol, down, and now like I said, this is just thumbnails, so they're ugly. Trust me guys, I can draw. This isn't showing off my drawing skills. You gotta trust me. I promise you, I know how to do it. So anyways, so zoom in on his face, a couple trees, whatever. Last one. This one will probably be just a silhouette. there's going to be some talking going on in this one. This is all going to be pretty much silent. So he's going to talk here, silent, silent, and then here's going to be some speech bubbles. So it's going to be a pulled out shot and silhouettes. As long as you don't overdo silhouettes, they can work. You don't have to put in the time for doing the details on people that way, which is nice. So let's see, these numbers, it's going to be this guy here and this guy here. Believe it or not, these weird squiggles there tell me it's people. Doesn't have to make sense to you guys yet, because these are just thumbnails. But you see what I mean with the paintbrush brought down on the opacity a little bit. I guess you can't even see any of what I'm doing. Pay attention to the camera, Mike. Zoom that in. So, that's a lot of wasted video. Just so you can see what's going on. Dead guy, necromancer, ground. And I can just keep laying over that and get slightly darker here and there. It's like working with a pencil, really. Or a marker, you know what I mean? As long as it's not a completely black marker, you can keep layering over it. Ballpoint pen too. I really like drawing in ballpoint pen. Basically because of, I can just keep layering over and over and over again. You can't really get that with a felt tip marker unless it is a gray. If you get a black felt tip marker, you're getting black. It's going to be like, you might as well have a Sharpie. So I tend to not use those anymore. When I was a kid, that was what I used a lot. But now I stick with a cheapo Bic pen, and then for some of the finer details, if I'm drawing, I do like to use like a zebra, but it's still just a ballpoint. Nothing special about it, I don't draw in pencil really anymore. I haven't probably in a few years. Not for any reason, except for the fact I don't like having to constantly sharpen. When I do use a pencil, I sharpen it with a knife, and I make a very long lead, probably like that. Well, it's going to be kind of tapered back a little bit more. So that's my pencil. Kind of a squiggly pencil, but so I've got a very long lead for two reasons. This keeps your hand away from the paper a little bit more. You can see when your fat fingers are gripping it, sometimes they get in the way, so you can't really see what you're doing. So you got this. I've got plenty of room to use the side of the pencil for shading. The tip, I like to have a chisel tip to it. The tip for just basic marks, and the point of the chisel for detail. I don't know why I'm telling you my secrets of pencil drawing right now when I'm drawing digitally, but when I do use a pencil, that's what I do. Again, I am not going to use my shortcut, my hotkeys, because I don't want to shake this around too much. So Otherwise, I would just hit delete. Get out of that. Okay, so thumbnails. This might not even work. So, got this, Raising the Dead. That's not a lot going on. That's kind of boring. So I may think about this a little bit more. I'm going to try to record every day. So I may think about this a little bit more. My next video, either I'm going to flesh this out, or I'm going to start something different. Or I'm already have this fleshed out, or I'll already start on something different. I don't know. Anyways, been fun. I guess I will see you on the next one. Me working on the glass crown.